My website is designed to support players, parents and coaches. If there was one message that you would like to get out to the tennis community, what would that be?
I think that tennis, it ticks so many boxes with regards to developing young people into good adults, whether or not it's about developing them into world-class tennis players, which is the job I'm in, or whether it's been as a parent now myself. My little 2-year-old daughter went for the first time on Saturday to tennis, and my 6-year-old son. I see real opportunities that tennis provide my son at 6 about concentration, about motivating himself, about challenge, about desire to improve. I can see tennis being a great vessel, and should it become serious for him or for any child, then okay, then some decisions need to be made about sacrifice and dedication from families, which is tough. But I can't see any negatives to any child playing a sport like this that is so unbelievably challenging. So get out there and play, I guess, is the message.
The Skills Quest is an award scheme designed to be done at home or in the garden or in the park. Is that something that you think you would do with your own family?
Absolutely. It's interesting because one of the things I said to my wife when we were at tennis on Saturday is this is great family time, and that extending to home. And the players that become great, they don't become great just because of working with a coach. They become great because of the amount of time and dedication they invest to developing skills, and families and parents getting involved in that, and me getting involved in that as a parent with my little lad about him developing skills. It's a great idea because it's not just becoming good at anything isn't, you don't become a grand master pianist just through piano lessons. It's because your family are interested in the piano and you practice the piano and you develop it in your own time at home with your family, and so I think it's an absolute must.
You work with the older players. As these players come through, if there was one skill that you would like to see more developed, what would that be?
You see the difference between skill and technique is important. So we see kids that have developed technique, but they haven't necessarily developed the relationship with the ball. So I talk a lot to my little lad about his relationship with the ball. A forehand isn't just about swinging the racket and it looking right. The forehand is about, honestly, ball sense. The best ball sense I've ever seen in my life is Andy Murray's. His relationship with the ball, his understanding of how the ball works, of where it goes and at what speeds and at what heights. I think we need to spend a lot more time on that rather than just on knowing how our body needs to perform a technique. I think better. You'll see even some kids here that will display, and this is an international 14 under tournament, that will display some unusual ball sense that's just they haven't quite got it right. And so I think a lot more understanding of how the ball behaves is fundamental.
That's interesting. You said something yesterday which was about coaches needing to have several coloured balls in the basket. Does this have something to do with that?
I'm interested in the ball progressions with mini tennis. I really support it and I really like the idea of it, and it's the backbone of player development in this country now. But if I'm back when I coach, whether it be my son or whether I'm back coaching mini tennis players, I think there is benefits to having all 3 balls in my basket at the same time for a few reasons. I think game development and game understanding and being able to develop technique within the realities of the game require players to be able to have time and not have to deal with overcoming adversity of weight and strength. So I would have a red ball for my 6-year-old son because that's he's going to be able to play the game. But for him to understand greater challenges of ball sense about having to move back to a ball that bounces high. I might do that with an orange ball, or even maybe a green ball, even a yellow ball. I do a little bit of ball sense with him, because he doesn't really understand that if the ball bounces high and you need to get back before it does, because he doesn't really face that challenge with a red ball, because it always kind of bounces at a nice little height for him. So you find he stands his ground and he controls it. Whereas I know what's eventually going to happen is you're not going to be able to do that. And you know, I think one of the things that our players, whenever if I jettison them forward to when I'm on national player camps with 15, 16-year-olds on clay courts, and one of the things I'm working with them even now is moving back, because we don't really have to move back because we play a lot indoors or whatever. So, you know, using the different balls to challenge different ball senses, but also using the weight of the ball to help develop technique, because I think sometimes controlling weight and dealing with weight of a heavier ball is good to develop the physical aspects of technique. So I would always have all 3 of the balls, 4 of the balls in my basket, red, orange, green and full, to be able to explore, you know, whatever subject I'm working on, to be able to explore it fully and test it fully and develop it fully. Those 4 balls present you know, great opportunities for me as a coach.
Have you seen